Hello everyone, good morning. Sage here live from the Kalkine studio. You're watching the early trades. So let's get started with the market open report. And the S&P ASX 200 opened 0.6% lower on Monday following a turn in sentiment across the global markets with COVID-19 cases on the rise in the US and Europe, sparking fresh worry about further lockdowns in the Northern Hemisphere. Sentiment in Europe and the US was dented by a resurgence in the new COVID-19 infections and tighter measures, including a full lockdown in Austria, starting on Monday, with Germany warning it is considering the same. There also were riots in Rotterdam, with police firing warning shots that injured several people. And all 11 share market sectors, bar one, opened lower, led by a 2.2% drop for energy shares after the price of oil eased on the prospect of actions to increase supply. The materials sector, which includes the miners, was the only sector to open higher, posting an advance of just 0.01%. News Corp shares fell, most among the blue chips, declining 3.9%, ahead of Unibail-Rodamco Westfield, the real estate group with large US and European operations, which dropped 3.8%. Nickel Mines led among the blue chips with 3.8%, followed by Redbubble, the e-commerce group, which added 2.7%. And the local currency slid 0.6%. The Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index advanced 0.4%. The yield on the US 10-year note fell 1.55% in New York. AGM season will provide much of the week's excitement, and most of the big names have held their meetings, but there are plenty of ASX 200 companies still to come. The week kicks off with meetings for shareholders in Spark Infrastructure and Growthpoint Properties, as well as Lovisa and Macmillan Shakespeare. Tuesday's highlights include Pro Medicus, Link Administration, Monadelphous, Main Pharma, Brickworks and APN Industria. Wednesday, Harvey Norman, Ramsay Healthcare, Hills, Ridley Shopping Centres, Australasia and Liontown Resources, Rhythm Biosciences and Integrated Research. Thursday, Kogan, Evolution Mining, Regis Resources, Ramelius, IOOF Holdings, NRW Holdings and Arena REIT. Friday, Sandfire Resources, Unity Group, Centuria Capital and Westgold. So plenty to look forward to. And on the economic calendar, preliminary manufacturing and services sector figures for the month are due tomorrow, quarterly construction data on Wednesday, private capital expenditure on Thursday and retail sales on Friday for an action-packed week to come. The IPOs are slightly lighter week ahead. There is at least one new listing currently on the schedule each day, but that will likely change. Naomi Resources is slated to list today at 12:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, and the Explorer aims to develop a nickel sulphide project in Western Australia. The rest of the week looks like this. RAS Technology. Tuesday, EBR Systems. Wednesday, Radiofarm, Theranostics, Winsome Resources Thursday, and Artria and Parabellum Resources on Friday. And now it's time for a short break, but do stay with us for more of the trending market news.
Tune in to stay updated while on the move.
We will tell you where the crypto craze has reached,
Where the property market is headed next.
what the world is doing to become more environmentally friendly.
Apart from tracking the daily market charter.
Be on top of the latest news and announcements
With Kalkine TV.
Welcome back, Sage here. Let us explore more of the trending market updates. And the roaring prices will extend into 2022 before a 10% drop in 2023 as climbing interest rates cool the market. And Commonwealth Bank has warned that the country's largest bank anticipates home prices to rise 7% next year before an orderly correction in home prices of around 10% in 2023 as the RBA takes the cash rate to 1.25% by the third quarter of 2023. This is according to Gareth Aird, the head of the Australian Economists and the CBA's Global Economics and Market Research Unit. And CBA anticipates the Reserve Bank will begin raising interest rates in November 2022, dragging the cash rate from the 0.1% pandemic low set a year ago. Mesoblast, a Melbourne-based pharmaceutical group, has agreed to a $90 million debt facility with Los Angeles fund manager Oak Tree Capital Management to pay off an existing debt facility and to help the company expand in the US. AMP Capital will remain as the manager of its wholesale office fund following a prolonged review process and pressure among rival fund managers to oversee the portfolio. The fund's board of trustees, which is comprised purely of AMP Capital executives, said it is in the best interests of unit holders as a whole for AMP Capital to continue as trustee and manager of the fund. And in a statement on Monday, 2/3 of the sum have been drawn to repay the existing senior debt facility with Hercules Capital, and the remaining $30 million may be drawn up until the end of next year. And as whirlwind tours go, Fortescue boss Andrew Forrest's trip to London and Glasgow for the COP26 climate conference was certainly a gale force. He began by painting a fleet of London taxis green as the iron ore miner tried to imprint his green hydrogen mission on the global map. He then unleashed a blizzard of announcements, and the British construction equipment giant JCB agreed to buy 10% of Fortescue Future Industries' green hydrogen output, which under current forecasts would hand the British customers 1.5 million tonnes a year by 2030. Silver Lake Resources has acquired credit facilities in forbearance that were provided to Heart Gold, a Canadian mining company, from French bank BNP Paribas, which are attached to a gold mine in Ontario. And Silver Lake acquired the fully drawn $63.3 million credit facilities, which have $2.3 million in interest owing and have been in forbearance since July. The loaned money is secured by a first line on all the present and future assets, property and undertaking of Heart Gold, and are guided by a forbearance agreement that expires at the end of the month. And thanks for your company on that report. That's all for now in the early morning trades. Stay tuned to Kalkine TV as we have more shows lined up for you, sharing the live updates across the economy, markets and sectors. Sage signing off for now.